Welcome to Smart Photography Reviews channel. For years, I kept buying lenses, convinced that each one would make me a better photographer. There's even one more than you can see here in front of me, because I'm filming with it. Wide angle, telephoto, prime, macro. My camera kept getting heavier and bigger. But something strange started happening. No matter where I went, I always reached for the same lens. So, I decided to test an idea that sounded completely ridiculous. For the next 30 days, I would use just one lens. No backups, no excuses, no switching. Landscapes, wildlife, portraits, travel, everything. Could one lens really replace an entire camera bag? Or would I regret this decision before the month was over? There's only one way to find out. And the lens I chose for this challenge is this. The Nikon Z 28 to 400 mm f4 to f8. Why I did this challenge? Photographers often believe that more lenses will lead to more and better photographs. We convince ourselves that the next lens will finally unlock our creativity. A faster prime, a sharper zoom, a more expensive piece of glass. And slowly, photography becomes less about taking pictures and more about building the perfect collection. There is also a common belief that a variable aperture of f4 to f8 is simply too limiting. Too slow for portraits, too slow for wildlife, too slow in low light. Not enough background blur. But I was not convinced. Every lens has its limitations. The real question is whether those limitations actually stop you from creating good photographs. So for 30 days, I wanted to remove all the excuses. No faster lens in the bag. No specialist lens for every situation. No easy escape when the light became difficult. The goal was not to prove that this lens is perfect. It was to prove that creativity, timing, composition, and understanding light may matter far more than the number of lenses you own or how expensive they are. And perhaps an f4 to f8 aperture is not nearly as limiting as many photographers believe.
I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew.
The first big surprise was just how versatile this lens really is. Going from 28 to 400 mm means that one moment you can shoot a wide landscape and seconds later isolate a distant subject, capture wildlife or focus on a small detail. That enormous range allowed me to spend less time thinking about equipment and more time reacting to what was happening in front of me. But the second surprise was even bigger. The variable aperture of f4 to f8 was far less limiting than I expected. Most of the time, I did not even think about it. I simply used the available light, raised the ISO when necessary or kept it on auto settings and kept shooting. During these 30 days, the aperture rarely stopped me from getting the photograph I wanted. Sometimes a limitation feels much more important when we read about it than when we actually go out and take photographs. So what I missed the most? Surprisingly, there are very few things I truly missed. Occasionally, I wish the lens were a little wider than 28mm, especially for landscapes or tighter spaces. And between 28mm and roughly 150mm, there are moments where I wanted a wider aperture to separate the subject more and create a softer, more blurred background. But even that was rarely a serious problem. I usually compensated by stepping back and using the longer end of the zoom. At 200, 300 or even 400mm, the compression and subject separation were strong enough that even an aperture of f8 could produce a beautiful blurred background. So yes, occasionally I missed a wider angle and a faster aperture, but far less often than I expected. So what would be the final verdict? This challenge proved that this lens is capable of far more than many photographers might expect. For roughly 80% of everyday photography, it may be all you really need. The remaining 20% still belongs to more specialized lenses that this one simply cannot replace. But using it for 30 days was incredibly practical, genuinely fun, and surprisingly educational. And that may be the best result of this entire challenge. So, what's your opinion about this lens? Have you used it? Are you planning to use it? Let me know in the comments. And if you like content like this, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing to support me to continue my work.